Well, it was actually worse being in the jail.
Yeah.
So I was a sergeant up at Central East Correctional Center. So
Now where's that? Which one's that?
in Lindsay, the big mega jail in Lindsay. Yeah,
Yeah.
the worst bucket in the province.
Did you know Redfern? Did you know Redfern? No. He's retired now, so he's there.
Yeah.
Oh, there, yeah, Grad.
No, there's 1,100 inmates and 500 staff.
Oh,
so.
wow. It'd be like walking into GM and saying hi, and you wouldn't know that.
Yeah.
Get out of your way here, Jared. It's okay.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for everybody tuning in. We are bringing you your Clarington Flames versus the Oshawa Lady Gens. And that'll do it for warm-up. Referee blows both teams down. They'll get lined up. It looks like we are... Oh, there's the second lines person. We were waiting on somebody. And your Clarington Flames ready to go. They're going to get lined up here for the opening faceoff. If the Clarington Flames pull off the win, they will be locked in to heading off to Provincial. So this is a very important game for the Clarington Flames. They're going to want to come out strong. Opening faceoff won by Clarington. Oshawa, though, going to bring that puck down into the Clarington zone. There's a check along the boards. Oshawa is going to bring that physical game early. Play along the far side, gets to the point, not out. That shot gets blocked in front. Clarington now going to chip it off the near side. And they get it out of the zone. Oshawa forced to regroup. They take it up the far side. There's a long shot in on net. That's steered aside by Victoria Lejoy. DeYoung now on it on the far side, delayed offside. Oshawa able to check up in time, put a shot on net. Victoria Lejoy stands tall and steers out of side. Luxton plays it across ice. Gives it back to Oshawa. Oshawa going to dump it down into the zone again. Clarington back on their heels a little bit here as they're not handling the speed that Oshawa's bringing. Now they get it out of the zone and up. That's ahead for DeYoung. She's going to bring it in the zone. She's looking out front. Oshawa now going to bring it up to the far side. Do they get it to the line? Not out. That's turned over. We got a one-on-one coming the other way. Coulter, she's going to drive wide. Oshawa player gets around, drags the goalie all the way across. And Victoria Lejoy makes a great save. So Victoria Lejoy going to hang on to that puck. She made a great stretch save to get all the way across the crease. And didn't see what happened, but Oshawa is going to the penalty box early to start this game, so the faceoff's going to come all the way down the length of the ice. Clarington Flames going to get an opportunity here on the power play. They win that faceoff back to Coulter. There's a wrist shot on net, and the goalie steers out of side. Oshawa dumps that down the length of the ice. Coulter's back to give chase. She goes back behind her net. She brings it up the near side. That gets up to Patfield. Patfield tries to chip it off the boards. Can't get it out. Oshawa trying to get to the high slot. That play's broken up. They get it to Patfield. She's got some good speed. She's coming up the neutral zone. She drives wide. She looks to play it back to the point. That gets back to Preston. She plays it on. Shot blocked by Oshawa. They're going to shoot it down the length of the ice. Minute 22 to go in this power play. And Ridding, she's going to bring it into the zone. She drives wide, takes a shot, takes the extra move, gets it in front, and that shot goes just wide. Sorry, folks, about our penalty clock. Not sure what happened there. The technology didn't catch up. Oshawa dumps that puck down the length of the ice. Lee's going to go back and give chase. One Oshawa player coming into big pressure. Lee's going to play it off the boards. That comes up to Basato. She's going to drive wide, puts it in front of the net. There's a battle in front. And Oshawa steers that to the side. And they're going to chip that puck down again. Anthorn coming back for it. 27 seconds to go. In the penalty for Oshawa, they're going to dump it back into the Clarington zone. Wood now, she's got a little extra room, creates the room for herself. She's going to stretch this across the ice. She brings it into the zone. She takes the shot. That goes just wide. There's a rebound opportunity off the backboards. And Luxton puts that right into the goalie. Clarington now with an extra little jump in their step. Taking advantage of this power play. It's got 6 seconds to go. Back to Coulter. She takes the slap shot. That hits a shin pad and goes wide of the net. Around the far boards. Luxton with it down along the far boards. Oshawa's going to bring that out. Both teams back now at even strength. They're going to bring it in 2-on-1. Coulter lays down to protect the pass. That doesn't get anywhere. And Oshawa now battles in the far corner. Coulter pins her player up against the board. She's got 2 Oshawa players on her. And Oshawa digs that puck out. Clarington now making a change. So Oshawa going to bring that up. They're going to dump it down into the zone once again. Clarington flips it out of the zone. They were looking for the stretch pass to Ridding. Battle for it in the neutral zone. Patfield picks that up. Patfield chips it off the boards for Ridding. Ridding with a bit of room, gives it over to Patfield. Patfield drives all the way across the zone and puts it down into the corner. Comes across to Ridding. Ridding just loses the handle on it as she's coming across in front of the net. She still wins that race down into the corner. So they're going to tie it up. Comes back to the point for Wood. Wood takes the long wrist shot. That goes just wide of the net. It's going to wrap around the boards. Hanthorn puts that on net. That trickles just through the crease. Oshawa going to try to bring it out the far side. They're going to get to the neutral zone. Hanthorn steps up to put a little pressure on. Puck comes back to Wood. Wood plays it over for Patfield. Patfield just gets it off the near boards. Oshawa dumps that down in. Wood goes back behind the net. She plays it ahead for Basato. Battle for it on the near side. Oshawa goes cross ice to bring it out of the zone. Can't handle the pass. Beetham locked right up into her player. Hanthorn plays it up for Basato. Basato goes cross ice. That just hits the skate. Beetham gets a stick on it. Strand trying to tie up her player on the far side. Can't get to her, so now the one Oshawa player comes loose. She runs into Hanthorn. There's a shot on net. There's a shot from the point. That's steered wide. Oshawa now down in the corner. Coulter puts it up to DeYoung. DeYoung, dangerous move, puts it up into the middle though, so Coulter's going to come out and support, try to get this out of the zone, and they finally get it out. Now Clarington changing all 5 players. Oshawa goes for the long stretch pass up the far side, and they're called on the offside. So this play will be called on the offside. Oshawa trying to gain the zone. They're on the delayed offside again, so it gives Clarington an opportunity to regroup. They're going to bring it up the far side. Short pass doesn't go anywhere. They were still offside, so the linesman blew it down. Oshawa now just dumps it down into the Clarington zone. They're going to try to race for this puck. Clarington brings it around the near side. Luxton chips it off the boards. DeYoung giving chase on the far side. See if this Clarington forecheck. DeYoung's typically got the very strong forecheck on the penalty kill. And there's going to be a 2-on-0 coming the other way as Clarington defenders fell. 2-0 coming the other way, and Oshawa not able to get the shot on net as they slide it right through the crease. Oshawa dumps it down in again. Clarington puts it off the near side for Luxton. Now she's going to regroup. Lots of moves coming through the neutral zone. She tries to bring it through herself. They get that in front of the net. Oshawa goalie makes a save. Now Oshawa on the quick transition coming back the other way, 3-on-2. Oshawa with a couple opportunities now. They're buzzing down low. And we're going to have a tripping call here. Not sure who it's against. It's going to be against Preston for Clarington. So now Oshawa going to go on the power play. Oshawa's been buzzing here for the last 30 seconds. Clarington fires that puck around the boards, and that's going to get out. Ridding putting some forechecking pressure on. So that puck comes back in, gets to Basato. She's going to dump it down the length of the ice. Clarington now gets a chance to put some penalty killers out in the ice. But again, a great forecheck down in there from Ridding. Ridding, not realizing she didn't have a player with it, turns it over to Oshawa. Clarington plays it around the far side. They're going to chip that in. It's going to be delayed offside again. Oshawa throws it in on net. Victoria Lejoy is going to hang on with 1:04 to go in this power play for Oshawa. So face off deep in the Clarington zone as they're looking to kill off another minute of this power play, or their penalty kill. And they win the face off. Played around the near side. Wood pins her player down below. Oshawa going to dig it out though. There's a shot down low. Victoria's going to make a save, kick it to the side, and she's going to hang on to the rebound. So 30 seconds to go. Oshawa slides that through the crease. Clarington needs to set up their box formation. Now they got it set up, but they collapse the box again. They got to set up that box and not collapse, giving Oshawa these opportunities to score. There, now Clarington's got the box set up. Trying to keep the puck to the outside. Both teams back at even strength. Oshawa dumps that down into the near corner. Coulter plays that up through the middle. That's going to get out. And Oshawa dumps it back down into the zone. Hanthorn's going to carry that up herself. She gets around the defender. There's a shot on net, and it goes just over the crossbar. Coulter keeps that puck in. She gets a stick up in her head, so she dumps that player to the ice. Regroup here for Clarington. Coulter back with it. She plays it ahead for Luxton. Clarington going to get it into the zone, but Oshawa standing 3 wide. They get it back out. Oshawa takes it behind the net. They're trying to play it up the near side. Leon gets a stick on it. Clarington going to chip it out of the zone. No icing on the play. 3 minutes to go in the first period. Just over 3 minutes to go. Still a 0-0 hockey game. Oshawa elects to dump that into the zone, and they're making some changes at the same time. Clarington plays it up the near side. Patfield, the nice pass ahead for Ridding. Ridding's all alone. She's got to try to split the D. She gets held up trying to get through, and that puck trickles in on the Oshawa goalie, who hangs on. Face off, won by the Flames, comes back to Wood. She tries to put the slap shot in, and that's knocked down, and Oshawa brings it down the length of the ice. There's a shot on net. Victoria Lejoy makes a great blocker save, steers that puck to the side. Battle down low right in front of the net. Ridding now gets that puck out to the neutral zone. She's got Patfield right in the high slot, but she can't get the puck to her. That puck comes back to Hanthorn. She plays it up the far side. Oshawa going to throw it down in the zone. There's a delayed offside. So it gives Hanthorn a chance. She plays it down the length of the ice. And that is going to get blown down on the icing with 2:08 to go in the first period. So a little bit of back and forth hockey, some ping pong in the neutral zone. Both teams not quite settled in yet, controlling this puck. That face-off comes back to the point, but Oshawa can't handle it, and it comes out of the zone. They're forced to regroup. They take it up the far side. That puck goes right through the middle. Back to the point for Oshawa. That's blocked. Coulter's going to take it up the near side. Oshawa makes the move coming out. Victoria Leachoy is going to make the pad save. Coulter ties up her player back behind the net. Oshawa tries to step out. Minute 24 to go in the first period. And Oshawa is buzzing. So Clarington needs to ensure they keep their feet moving. Loxton puts it in on net. Puck comes up the far boards. Lee pinches down, keeps it in. Loxton trying to step out. She's hooked. That comes back to the point. Shot. Hits De Jong. Oshawa now going to bring it down the length of the ice. They bring it into the zone. And there's going to be a penalty against Oshawa. As again, they are stepping up the intensity and the contact. And 55 Oshawa will go to the box. 2 minutes for body contact. Face off to the left of the Oshawa goaltender. Ray Preston in to take the draw. She wins it back to Wood. Wood's going to step in and play that puck down in behind the net. Clarington trying to get set up, but that puck's going to bobble out of the zone, and they're going to touch it just on the offside. So they'll get an opportunity here to reset just outside the Oshawa zone. Oshawa shoots that puck right into their bench, so the faceoff's going to be deep in the Oshawa zone. With 18 seconds to go, Clarington looking to win this faceoff back to one of their D and get that puck in on net. Oshawa plays that puck down into the behind the net. They're just going to eat that puck up and try to run out the time on this period. That puck comes back to the point. And the shot from Hanthorn goes just wide. Coulter, she steps up with a slap shot. And that was right on the mark, but the Oshawa goalie makes a great save. So that'll do it for the first period. The score still 0-0. Flames getting some good opportunities there at the end of the right near the end of the first period with the power play. Referees calling both teams back for the opening faceoff for the second period. Flames will be on the power play for another minute, 25 seconds. Face off won by Clarington. Strand plays it across the far side, puts it right on the stick of the Oshawa player. They dump it down the ice onto Lejoy. That's blocked by Busato, but the Lady Generals fired down the length of the ice. Hanthorn plays it off the far boards, puts it right on the stick. Busato, she's got some room. She's going to bring it in the zone. Coulter back, trying to back her up to keep that puck in the zone, but it's going to sail back for Hanthorn. Hanthorn with a nice long lead pass for Strand. Strand can't handle it, goes onto the stick of Oshawa, but now Busato battling in the neutral zone for it. Hanthorn comes cross ice. Coulter blocks it with the foot. She was looking far side for Luxton, but it just hits a foot. And Oshawa now dumps it down the length of the ice. Oshawa players changing. They're coming in on the forecheck. Coulter plays it off the near side for DeYoung. DeYoung plays it far side for Luxton. Rowan with the shot just goes over the net. Battle for it now behind the net. And both teams now back at even strength. And the puck's going to come out in the neutral zone. That player from Oshawa was coming out of the penalty box, but Clarington gets to it in time. And Preston plays it across the far side. There's a shot by Luxton, and she scores! Here Clarington Flames take the 1-0 lead just as that penalty had expired and both teams back at even strength. A nice pass from Ray Preston over to Luxton on the right-hand side, and she buries that for the 1-0 lead. Oshawa puts that down into the Clarington zone. They're trying to get something going. Clarington bringing it back out, though. Battle for it on the near side. See if Clarington now can keep this momentum going. They got to keep their feet moving. They got to beat this Oshawa team with their speed. Oshawa moving that puck to the far side. They dump it down into the zone. They're chasing. They are going to be working this dump and chase. They win the race to the puck. They play that puck out in front of the net, but it goes right through the crease and comes all the way down. Oshawa plays the puck out front. That's picked up by Ridding. Ridding getting called, the Oshawa player, getting called on the cross-checking. And this faceoff will come down the length of the ice as, again, the Clarington Flames get an opportunity here on the power play. Puck battle on the far side. Oshawa tries to ice it out, gets to the point. Wood, nice wrist shot, bouncing puck. Comes out front, there's a rebound opportunity, and they just can't get their stick on it to get that shot off on the rebound. Oshawa now fires that puck down the length of the ice. A couple players got tangled up with their sticks in the neutral zone and ended up swapping sticks. So now they got that sorted out. Wood's going to go behind the net. She's going to play it off the near side for Strand. That puck's going to come out. Oshawa now in the delayed offside. Now they check up. Coulter plays that puck. Plays it ahead. Wood, she's going to carry it up the ice. Strand, could see the hand signal from Strand telling her to just go as the forwards from Clarington looking to make a change. They shoot that puck down the length of the ice. Coulter's all the way back for it. She steps out of the corner. She makes the first move. Now she clears it out. Clarington, they've got to get their feet moving. They got to be attacking this puck in the neutral zone. Oshawa's just going to keep hammering that puck in. There is a delayed offside. Coulter's going to bring that puck out. She plays it ahead for DeYoung. DeYoung plays it ahead for Rowan. Rowan puts it to the far side for Luxton. Luxton's got the first goal of the game. Nice move. She gets through the D, puts it out front. There's an opportunity by DeYoung. And the Oshawa goalie's going to hang on with 9 seconds to go in the penalty. Face-off controlled by Clarington. Luxton gets her stick tied up. She plays it on the far side. Oshawa strips that puck away. Lee recognized that player coming out of the box and had already started her back check, so she was first on the puck, but Oshawa takes control in the neutral zone. That long shot in on net, and Victoria Lejoy is going to hang on. Victoria Lejoy making some great saves so far in this period. And the opening period as well. Face off won by Oshawa. They're going to bring it back to the point. She's got lots of room to shoot that through the middle. Lejoy closes the pads and steers that to the side. Hanthorn plays it up the near side. Ridding gets it ahead to... Now it's ahead for Patfield. Patfield tries to get through the middle. She gets hooked on the way through. Back to the point. Wood takes a big slap shot. That comes back for Ridding. And that shot goes just over the net. Now they try to bring it out the side. They're going to battle down low. Oshawa's going to take control and take it out the far side. They reverse now behind their net. They bring it out right in front of the net. But nobody there for Clarington. Hanthorn tries to step down and cut that off. Patfield does a great job. Cuts this play off. Gets it ahead for Ridding just outside of her reach. Oshawa just going to dump it into the zone. Clarington again back. Preston back behind the net. Clarington players getting caught flat-footed on the boards. They got to start moving to that puck because Oshawa right now is winning those foot races along the boards. Clarington wingers, you can see they're standing right now with their back on the boards. They're in the right position, but once that pass comes up the boards, they got to start moving down for it. Again, on this side, Strand not moving down the boards, so Oshawa gets an opportunity to shot on net. Wood kicks it up. Oshawa going to bring it in the zone. They got two out front, but that play broken up. Oshawa dumps that puck down behind the net. And now I think that was Beetham going to get called on the hook. Yeah, Beetham's going to the penalty box on the trip as she went dropped down behind the goal line as a forward and tripped the player down low. So maybe a little bit of the nerves that the forwards don't need to be below the goal line and not in a scoring opportunity for Oshawa. So that shot in on Lejoy, who steers it aside. DeYoung's going to fire that puck down the length of the ice. Oshawa brings it up the near side. That's broken up by Rowan. Rowan with a good forecheck. Rowan and DeYoung. These are two strong forecheckers for Clarington. Lee breaks up that play. She plays it ahead for Luxton. Luxton dumps it down the length of the ice. Oshawa regroups on the far side. They bring it into the zone. Mahoney steps up and she breaks up that play and dumps it out of the zone. Clarington defense stepping up on these Oshawa players, taking that puck early. Coming in the zone again. Mahoney just misses on the stick check that time. And that puck goes up and out of play. Face-off will be on the far side. Preston trying to put that puck back into the corner. It's locked up in their feet. So now Hanthorn's going to strip that out. She's going to bring it up the near side and dump that out of the zone. Knocked down by Oshawa, so Luxton's going to come ahead and try to play that puck down into the zone. Luxton and Preston both locked in on the near side. Preston's going to change as Oshawa takes this puck back. Regroup in their zone. Comes back, Coulter. Coulter played it through the middle for Ridding, just out of reach. Oshawa's going to grab it. They're going to bring it in the zone. Some good pressure by Hanthorn to try to break this play up. That puck, long shot in from the point. Square on the pads. Coulter's going to play that puck down the length of the ice, and now she's going to change with 6 seconds to go in the penalty against Clarington. Strand just couldn't handle that puck. Now it's a battle coming back the other way. And that play's broken up by Clarington. They get to the blue line, but can't get it all the way in. So Oshawa's going to dump it down. Lee back for it. Lee plays it up the far boards. Beethan, she digs it out, but she put it right out into the middle of the ice, and Wood now going to chip it down the length of the ice. Wood now back with it in the neutral zone. She plays it all the way across. That's over to Beetham. She's got some room. She lost it for just a second. Tries to play it down low. Battle on the far side. Coulter had her player tied up. Let her defense partner come in and take the puck and play it out the near side. That long shot from the point goes wide of the net. Coulter now racing for it. Rowan's going to play it around the near side. DeYoung. She blocks that attempt. Oshawa gets it to the high slot. Rowan goes back behind. Oshawa tries to bring it out the near side. They get it out front. That gets to Coulter, and she gets it out of the zone. It's got the energy for an icing. And so that'll get blown down and brought down the length of the ice. With just over 3.5 minutes to go in the second period, the Flames still up 1-0. Back on their heels just a little bit here as they were able to kill off the penalty. Now see if they can kind of reset the momentum. That shot gets blocked. I'm just letting our play clock get caught up to the arena clock, folks. Back behind the net, Oshawa player knocks down Hanthorn. Hanthorn looks sore as she's coming to the box. Ridding trying to dive inside, just couldn't get it through the legs. Back to the point for Wood. Wood with a high slap shot. Forced the Oshawa goalie to have to jump up and play the puck. Oshawa now, she's got some room to cut through. And that shot played through is blocked by the feet of the Clarington defender. So now battle. Oshawa trying to find somebody to play it to. Wood, she's going to just play it back around behind the net. Lee comes up the near side. She plays it off the near boards. That gets to Ridding. Ridding's going to dump it down the length of the ice. That's going to be straight on the net, though, so no icing as Clarington was making a change. Beetham plays it up through the middle, just out of the reach for Busato, so Busato's going to give chase. Oshawa goes D to D and up the far boards. Oshawa trying to bring it right through the middle. She gets it in down low and a great save by Victoria Lee Joy. Clarington gets that puck to the line. Now they get it out. All the Oshawa players looking to tag up. Coulter back with it. She plays it up the boards and it gets out. Oshawa comes up through the middle. And that puck was down to the corner. Coulter and her player now battle for it. 2 Oshawa, 2 Clarington players. Clarington's going to win it. Coming out of the side. Bring it up the near side. That's chipped ahead by Busato. And Busato has that stripped off her stick. Oshawa now going to bring it back the other way. Coulter slaps that off the boards to get out of the zone. That goes right onto the stick of DeYoung. They're going to bring it into the zone. DeYoung and Luxton. DeYoung gets the shot on net. And from the sharp angle, the Oshawa goalie forced into that RVH to tuck up against the post, and she makes the save and hangs on. Face up won by Oshawa. They're going to take it back behind their net. Then they're going to bring it up the far side. Wood does a good job pinching off the board so they can't get it out. There's a shot on that. And the Oshawa goalie forced to make another save. There's a shot that goes just wide, but it comes out the other side. Not far enough for Rowan to get a shot on it. Puck's loose down low. There's a battle for it. Luxton makes a couple of moves. She gets the puck loose in front. DeYoung with the shot and can't get it over the shoulder of the goalie. So now they're locked in down on the far side. Just over 30 seconds to go. Oshawa now tries to bring it out. They fire it down the length of the ice. And that'll be blown down on the icing with 22 seconds to go before the intermission.
That was exactly what not to do.
So Clarington gonna have the opportunity on the face-off with 22 seconds to go. Face-off, battle on the far side, comes back to Hanthorn. She's gonna play it in for Ridding. Ridding gets stripped up, so the puck goes around the far side. Played it back behind the net for Ridding. Ridding's looking for somebody out front, but Oshawa just swarming that puck. And that'll do it for the second period. We're going to head off. Both teams will get a quick breather as the Zamboni's going to come out. They will get a quick breather. We will head off for an intermission, and we'll see you back here for the third period. Stay tuned, folks. It's a close battle, 1-0 hockey game. All right, folks, we are back for the third period. Both teams ready to go. Face-off controlled by Clarington. Preston gets it ahead for Reading, but Oshawa just swarms the puck, so they're going to bring it out. Patfield does a great job tying up her player. Patfield now back with it, and she'll dump it down into the zone, and Patfield to make the quick change. Puck goes on the far side. Oshawa plays it up the boards. That's going to come back to Hanthorn. Hanthorn bobbled just for a second, so she plays it down into the corner. That puck shot over the head of Hanthorn, so Coulter back with it. Coulter slaps it up the length of the ice, hits a couple of sticks. So no icing. Oshawa trying to scoot through the middle and pick up that puck. Clarington plays it off the far side. Puck comes down. Hanthorn back with it. She'll play it up the near side. That bounces off the boards for Beetham. Beetham's going to bring it into the zone. She's going to put that puck on net. And Busada was coming in the far side. Just needed that rebound to come out the other direction. Battle for it on the near boards. Busada's going to poke that around. Oshawa player going to get to it first. They're going to chip it off the boards and out. Wood does a great job getting back to it. Clarington now making a change, so Wood's going to hustle back. She's going to take it back behind her net. She's got two players on her, so she plays it up the far side. That gets to the line, but not out. But they turn it right over to Beetham. Beetham chips that over, and Luxton, it was still in the air, couldn't get a stick on it. Oshawa tries to move it up the near side. That's picked off by DeYoung. DeYoung with an opportunity, and that gets steered aside by the Oshawa goalie. Oshawa now going to bring it up the near boards. DeYoung does a great job putting pressure on, so they go cross ice with the pass, and that play's broken up. Mahoney back for it, plays it off the boards. Coulter now going to take it over on the near side. She plays it around the boards. And Luxton going to chip that out of the zone. DeYoung putting on great forechecking pressure, forces Oshawa to play that up the length of the ice. Just hits the stick of Hanthorn, so no icing. Hanthorn stops short, plays it up the far side. Great move by Hanthorn to get it out of the zone. Hanthorn follows that puck up. She's going to keep playing it up the ice. Ridding now, giving chase, forces Oshawa back. Hanthorn gains the line, dumps it down the length of the ice. Battle in behind the net. 12 minutes to go in the third period. Oshawa plays it up the far side. Cross ice pass. It's going to be a one-on-one play. Wood gets a stick on it, and she robs them at the goal line. Wood, she's going to bring that puck all the way down herself. Great individual effort by Wood. She's going to cycle behind the net. She puts it out front. And Ridding gets a stick on it, and it goes just wide of the net. Wood still battling down in front. She plays it across, but Oshawa picks that puck up. They're going to bring it back. Wood with a great back check. She breaks up that play. Wood with an absolutely beautiful shift. 55 gets that puck. She gets the shot high and over the net. Wood tried to shoot it out of the zone. Victoria Lejoy makes a great pad save, steers that puck to the side. Now forced to make a glove save on the rebound, and she's going to hang on as both teams making a change. Face-off comes back for Oshawa. They shoot it right through. There's a pad save by Lejoy, and on the rebound, Lejoy makes the glove save, and that's going to bounce out of play. Victoria Lejoy with two great saves in a row. Back in the corner, Coulter plays it for Busato. Busato got two Oshawa players on her, so she tries to play it across to Strand. Strand now giving chase. Oshawa dumps it down the length of the ice. It's going to bounce off the end boards. Coulter goes back for it. She plays it off the near side. That's picked up by Busato. Busato plays it cross ice for Strand. They are on the delayed offside, so that's going to get blown down on the offside. Luxton trying to get a stick on it. She got tied up at the line. There's a shot in that's steered aside by the Oshawa goalie. Rebound from De Jong on the sharp angle. All the way back to the point. Hanthorn gets it down in low. Luxton's now got it down in the corner. She makes two great moves to dance out of the corner. She's looking. She plays it back to the point for Wood. Wood's going to play it back down in for Luxton. Luxton's going to let it roll by her. Oshawa tries a cross ice pass. Luxton's going to take it and dump it back down into the zone. Oshawa making a couple of changes, but their big defender carries it up. Jet gets poked away at the neutral zone. Oshawa now, they're going to bring that in offside. 9:33 to go in the third period. Both teams looking for a goal right now, as Oshawa wants to tie this game up. Clarington wants to put a little bit of separation between them and Oshawa. Face-off won by Oshawa. Back for it is Mahoney. She plays it up for Patfield. Patfield locked in a battle. Preston comes in to support that puck. She supports it from behind. Trying to get that puck moved forward, and the referee's going to blow it down as both teams now have it tied up. Face-off won by Clarington, but Oshawa gets a quick shot on net. That's steered aside by Battle for it down in the far side. Oshawa kicks it out. Clarington with great defensive pressure. They move it up the far side. That gets to Ridding. Ridding trying to skip it ahead to Patfield. That's just bounces over her stick. And Oshawa dumps it back down into the zone. Oshawa gets to it first. Mahoney gets tripped up. Sorry, Lee gets tripped up. Oshawa from center ice dumps it back down into the zone. So maybe some frustration here for Oshawa because they just keep dumping that puck back down into the Clarington zone, but Clarington with a turnover here. So Oshawa starts to set up. They step out. That shot's blocked. Patfield, Lee, and Preston battling on the near side. They get it up for Ridding. Ridding's going to chip it out of the zone right at the Oshawa player, so no icing. And Clarington now able to change up all 5 players at once. So fresh players out, and they're down in the offensive zone. Oshawa brings it out. Hanthorn took a swipe at it. That shot from the sharp angle goes wide of the net. Puck trickles around to the far side. Hanthorn lost it in her feet. She got it ahead for Busato. And that shot down on the Oshawa goalie, who hangs on. So 7:16 to go in the third period. Face off to the right of the Oshawa goalie. Oshawa leap pinches down on it, and Oshawa's going to skip it ahead. So Wood's going to come back for it. She's going to play it to the near side. Oshawa, they get into the high slot. Sticks all over the place. Oshawa steps out from the side.
They get the rebound on it. They are going to score. They're going to tuck that in the short side.
Clarington goalie in a flurry of activity makes the first save, but she got stretched out across the net. They're going to tuck that in the short side. So Oshawa with a little bit of momentum. They are looking to win this game. So we're now 1-1 hockey game. DeYoung trying to bring that puck down into the zone. Oshawa's going to flick it down in. Coulter's going back for it. She plays it up the near side. She stops behind the net. She gets hit from behind. We got a delayed penalty coming against Oshawa, and it should be for the check from behind. Oh, he calls the boarding call. Coach is checking on Coulter. She's all right. So faceoff's going to come down into the Oshawa zone. So Clarington here with the power play. Coulter out on the right defense. Going to give her an opportunity to score as she was hit from behind. Hanthorn gets that long shot in on it. That's steered aside by the Oshawa goalie. Rebound. Oshawa tries to flip it out of the zone. Hanthorn's right down there to keep it in. DeYoung takes that shot in the back of the leg. And I think that one stung a little bit. She might have a Charlie horse. Luxton trying to dance with it in the neutral zone. She gives it away. Coulter's going to cut this Oshawa player off. Pushes her wide. Rowan now with it on the near boards. Coulter, she takes the extra room. She's going to drive wide. She's going to carry this down into the zone. Chips it in. Oshawa flips it up. And they're going to call it on the hand pass against Clarington. So minute 9 to go in the power play for Clarington. Oshawa dumps it down. Bouncing puck though. Patfield's going to bring it up the near side. Oshawa again just dumps that back into the Clarington zone. Wood back with it. She plays it across in front of the net. They play it ahead for Patfield. Again, Oshawa just going to shoot it back down. Wood along the near side. Oshawa, she's got a little bit of room, brings it in. She can't get the shot off. And Victoria's going to hang on. And I think Oshawa's going as they spear the goalie after the whistle. So Clarington for 16 seconds is going to have a 5-on-3 power play. So we're going to reset our penalty clock for 2 minutes to show the longer penalty on the clock. But it is 5-on-3 for 16 seconds. Comes back to Hanthorn. She takes that long shot in on net. That's blocked. It comes back to Coulter. Coulter trying to get it to lay down. She couldn't get it to lay down. She plays it down in low for Luxton. Luxton puts that on the side of the net. Coulter wanted that shot. Just couldn't get the puck to settle down. Now it's 5-on-4. There's one sitting in just behind Coulter. Coulter keeps it into the zone. She plays it down in. Oshawa going to take over. Coulter plays it in the middle. That shot. Victoria steers that aside, and it goes up into the netting. It's back to the point. Oshawa tries to fire that through. That's blocked on its way through. So now Lee's going to bring it up the far side. She plays it ahead to Strand. And that's going to be blown down on the offside as Strand bobbled the puck and Lee kept going into the zone as they had a head of steam going. Clarington just pushes the puck down into the zone off the faceoff. Not sure who that was for Clarington, but they seem to be down. And the Oshawa goalie's going to hang on. So Clarington would love to score a quick one here and get the go-ahead goal and just win this thing outright. Patfield ties her player up against the boards. Preston comes down for support. Her stick's tied up in the boards. Oshawa trying to eat up the rest of this penalty. That puck comes out and Oshawa just dumping bodies in front of the net. So now Clarington's going to go on the 5-on-3 again. There's still 28 seconds to go in the first one. And it'll be 5-on-3 again. So frustration here for the Oshawa Lady Generals. Clarington needs to keep cooler heads as they get an opportunity here now. 5-on-3. Face-off, one back to the point. They play it across for Wood. Wood's going to step in and take that shot. That hits a stick and bounces off the end board. Patfield trying to come out with it. She gets tied up. Clarington keeps it in the zone, but now Oshawa going to fire it down the length of the ice. Hanthorn back to play it. Oshawa putting some forechecking on this play. So it's back to 5-on-4. That puck comes out of the zone, so we got a delayed offside coming against Oshawa. Clarington, though, they're going to bring it out. They're going to get that ahead for Ridding. Ridding's going to, she tries to split the D. Oshawa fires that puck down the length of the ice. Played around for Coulter. That puck's bouncing. Coulter now going to take it around the far side. She stops up behind the net, and then she plays it around the far side. DeYoung can't get to it. So that long shot in on net. Face off, won by the Flames. They chip it ahead. They're now going to bring it out. Luxton brings it in the left side, the right side. She drives wide, tries to play it down low. Rowan back with it, plays it back to Luxton. Luxton back down low for Rowan. Nice cycle passing here, but they need to get it out for a shot. They get it out to Wood. Wood's going to step out wide, trying to get around the Oshawa player, but she stays right with her, so she gets it down for Luxton. And Oshawa's going to fire it down the length of the ice. Lee back for it. She's got one Oshawa player on her. Both teams back to even strength. Under a minute to go here in the game. Oshawa does need to win this game to keep their Playdown hopes alive. Oshawa back behind the net. Look for Oshawa to pull the goalie if they can get the puck down the length of the ice, but Clarington, Ridding brings it in the far side. That puck brought around Oshawa. Now they chip it down the length of the ice. Hanthorn, she's going to cycle back behind the net. Plays it up the far boards. Delayed offside. Oshawa now with it. Delayed offside again. So a little extra time for Clarington here. 13 seconds to go. Clarington plays it up the boards. Got stripped away by Beetham. Hanthorn now, she strips it away. Little bit extra ping pong here. The net is empty. And that'll do it. And your Clarington Flames have punched their ticket to Provincials. So your Clarington Flames have punched their second place ticket, guaranteed to go to Provincials. The Flames have one more game against Durham West, but that does lock them in to at least second place. So a hard-fought battle from both teams ends in a 1-1 tie. That's the same score these two teams had in their previous matchup.
What do you guys have for points?
This will put us
We're in? Yeah. I thought we were tied before.
No, but you're out of games.
Yeah, we're tied in points. Right?
No, but
we
no, we have the
have one more.
yeah.
Oh,
We have one more game and we have